It's time for the lightning round with Brad Butt. Brad, are you ready to go?
Yeah, let's roll.
All right, spring break is upon us, but we have a stay-at-home order. How is this sitting with parents that are running businesses?
Well, of course, when they moved the original spring break from March to this week now in April, that was met with a lot of concerns and problems, both from educators as well as parents. But here we are in spring break. Yeah, it's going to be a tough week for families at home this week. Kids can't be going out and congregating, and they'll certainly be staying at home. It's going to be a rough week for a lot of people.
Brad, Shoppers Drug Mart and Rexall and other pharmacies are having the vaccine in their shops. How's it going? What's the rollout? Are there more pharmacies being added?
So the government did announce over the weekend that 700 more pharmacies throughout the province will be able to administer a vaccine. So that's certainly a good thing. The more points that people can go to get the vaccine, certainly the better. And we know that pharmacies are well trained to administer these vaccines. The bigger issue is going to be supply. This is not a good week for supply. Only Pfizer is coming in this week, and the provincial numbers are depleting rapidly.
The Life Sciences Ontario sent an open letter to the Prime Minister. What's on their mind?
Well, they're obviously continuing to be very concerned about the federal government's policies as it relates to medicine pricing, the impact on other government decisions as it relates to the investment of research and development by pharmaceutical companies. And even though we've had some good news around vaccinations being done here locally in Canada, there are many impediments to a strong, vibrant life sciences sector, and the Prime Minister and the government need to act.
Brad, the leaders of the opposition or the opposition parties at the federal level, looks like they're getting ready for an election. What are you hearing?
Well, over the weekend, both the federal Liberals and the federal New Democrats held policy conventions, and obviously the base of their parties voiced issues that they're concerned about and policies they'd like to see their parties run on in the next federal election. However, it did sound very much from the NDP that they are just going to continue to support the federal Liberals going forward, regardless of what they do. So I wouldn't count on a federal election this spring.
Speaking of that, we've got a budget coming up on April 19th from the federal government. What do you think? You say maybe no election, maybe there will be an election. What can we expect from both positions?
I don't think the budget this time is going to trigger an election. I had speculated that that they might put a poison pill in there that the opposition parties just couldn't live with. I don't see it happening, but I think the one thing you're going to get, and this is probably the fifth or sixth time that the federal Liberals have promised it, I think you'll have an announcement in the budget on a national child care plan.
That's it for the lightning round. Brad, we'll talk to you next week.
Thanks, David.